But Tanai, thanks. Sum up for us 2020 for you in Zimbabwe. And also let's try and see if we can get in some time to talk a little bit about 2021.
Yeah, so like you indicated, it was a roller coaster year on this side. Basically, a lot of policies coming into play on the monetary side. We saw some changes whereby the government was also pushing for an auction system or on the foreign exchange fund. In terms of the capital markets, we saw a lot of policies, a lot of restrictions, suspensions here and there. But also on the other side, we saw new products coming into play on the capital markets, and also a new exchange that was launched more recently in October this year, the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
However, in terms of the macro picture, of course, given the shocks, as you know, COVID-19, the effects of the drought and things like that, you find that the economy actually contracted, which was sort of the second year in a recession. So the estimate now is that the economy will go down by 4.1%. This is the Minister of Finance estimate.
Yeah.
But we think it's more than that. We think it's around 6 or 7% decline. But because of the low base effect, the economy is then expected to recover.
Yeah.
But also a key driver in the next year will be the agricultural sector. Yeah,
for sure.
Probably just to also cover the stock market. I think a key highlight is that we started 2020 on a very low base. So if you're looking at the market capitalization in Zimbabwe on the ZSE, we had a number of around 1.6 billion thereabout. So really there was
These
an
are
opportunity.
US dollars.
US dollars, yes.
Yeah.
So there was an opportunity to buy into some of the cheap stocks, well-managed companies, and this is a call that we made out to investors to say that, look, there is an opportunity here in Zim.
Sure.
So we saw a lot of activity, especially on the local front, because pretty much most foreign investors have been exiting the market. So we saw a lot of institutional investors, local investors taking positions, and that sort of pushed the market up.
Sure.
So we're now looking at a market capitalization of about around about 3 billion, which means that if you're really good in terms of stock picking, you actually made some good profits on the market.
Yeah, but overall, the market capitalization has almost halved. Okay, so I want us to get through a few things before we go. We've got a couple of minutes. That auction system for the currency, if you read the Herald, if you listen to the minister and his finance people, they'll tell you that it's working. Is it working? Is it truly reflecting the level of supply and demand in foreign exchange market in Zimbabwe?
Okay, so what I can say is that it's an improvement from the previous structure that was in place.
Yeah.
Remember, there was an interbank system where we saw the rate being fixed at 25. So it really didn't make sense because of the discrepancy between the official rate and the parallel market rate.
Yeah.
But then what the auction system has done is that it has sort of allowed a bit of market forces to come into play. So we saw the rate now moving from 25. We're now standing at 82.
Right.
Of course, we know the parallel market rate is still much higher than that. We have rates of about 100, 120. That's on the parallel market. So really, it's an improvement from what is there. And just speaking to some of the companies in terms of allocations. Yes, they've been receiving some of the allocations and things like that. So, despite the issues around COVID-19, I think one thing that has to be highlighted is that in terms of forex receipts, we saw some significant improvements, especially around gold.
Yeah.
As you saw, gold prices actually went up, and another advantage was diaspora remittances. So that has sort of actually played out for the foreign auction system. But of course, going out into 2021, we still feel that there are still some risks, especially from a foreign currency generation perspective, as the economy opens up, and also there's need for funding across the key sectors of the economy.
And the experiment with the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange, one company, 1 month later, are we expecting more?
So at the moment, we just have one. So there's been talk that PPC and Old Mutual Limited could be the obvious candidates. Remember, these are counters that were suspended from trading on the ZSC because of currency issues.
Yes.
So there's been some negotiations with those companies, but we're not quite sure whether they'll join the party.
Yeah.
But the effort now from the Minister of Finance and capital market players is to then move in and try and attract more issuers.
Indeed.
So the strategy is to bring in more miners, to come and play on that market. But of course, it's a hard sell given, of course, the broader macroeconomic risk that still exists in Zimbabwe.
Indeed.
But, we're still watching the market. We still have one counter, and trading activity has been really low.